Hello friends, today I am here with our environment part 2 of 10th standard. In this session, we are going to discuss about trophic level, flow of energy in an ecosystem, ozone layer and its reason for depletion, biomagnification and managing the garbage we produce. So let us start the session. First of all, we will discuss about trophic level. Each step or level of the food chain forms a trophic level. Here there is transfer of energy from one trophic level to another trophic level. In any food chain, the autotrophs or producers are at the first trophic level. Here in the figure you may observe the first, second, third and fourth trophic level. In the given figure you can visualize the various trophic level and transfer of energy from one trophic level to another trophic level. Now we will discuss about flow of energy in an ecosystem. As we know that every organism requires energy for carrying various life activities of life and also for building up and repairing of the body tissues. Our ultimate source of energy is sun, which is used by living organism. This energy is transferred through food chain. The green plants in a terrestrial ecosystem capture about 1% of the energy of sunlight that falls on their leaves and convert it into food energy by the process of photosynthesis. The energy is stored in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and it is the form of chemical energy. So ATP is also called as energy currency of the plant. When green plants are eaten by primary consumers, that is herbivores, then a great deal of energy is lost in the form of heat to the environment in accordance with the second law of thermodynamics. An average of 10% of the food eaten is turned into its own body and made available for the next level of consumers. So 10% can be taken as the average value for the amount of organic matter that is present at each step and reaches the next level of consumer. In the same way, only 10% of the energy is transferring from one trophic level to another. Since so little energy is available for the next level of consumers, food chain generally consists of only 3 or 4 steps and rarely maximum of 5 steps. It has been seen that generally a greater number of individuals are present at the lower trophic level of an ecosystem. Means producers are maximum in number. The given figure indicates about the photosynthesis. Here you can observe that light is taken from the sun, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, water from the soil, and in turn oxygen is given back to atmosphere at the end of photosynthesis. Now the next topic is about ozone layer. Ozone, that is O3, is a molecule formed by 3 atoms of oxygen. Ozone is a deadly poison, but at the higher levels of atmosphere, ozone performs an essential functions. It shields the surface of the earth from ultraviolet or UV radiations from the sun. Ultraviolet radiation is highly damaging to organisms. It may cause skin cancer, cataract, etc. to human beings. Ozone at higher levels of the atmosphere is a product of UV radiations acting on oxygen molecule. The higher energy UV radiation splits some oxygen, molecular oxygen, into free oxygen, that is O atoms. When these atoms combine again with molecular action, oxygen, then O2 is formed. Here you can see in the given reaction. Molecular oxygen split into atomic oxygen O and O, and when this atomic oxygen combines with molecular oxygen, then ozone is formed. In the given figure, you may observe ozone layer above troposphere and below stratosphere. Now, let us discuss about reason for depletion of ozone layer. What is ozone depletion? It is the thinning of ozone layer, and it is due to air pollution. CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons, present in air are main pollutant responsible for depletion of ozone layer in the atmosphere. Besides chlorofluorocarbons, methane and oxides of nitrogen are also responsible for depletion of ozone. Now it is about biomagnification. Biomagnification is a phenomenon in which there is concentration of some harmful non-biodegradable chemicals like DDT, heavy metals such as mercury, arsenic, cadmium, etc. at each trophic level. And the concentration is through food chain. So, biomagnification is highest at higher trophic level. Next topic of today's session is managing the garbage we produce. It means how we dispose our wastes. There are different modes of waste disposal. They are landfills, recycling of waste, preparation of compost, incineration or burning at high temperature, and production of biogas and manure. So let us discuss here one by one. First is about landfill. Landfill means solid wastes are buried in low-lying area to level the uneven surface of land, and this is mostly seen in urban area. In the given figure you may observe here. Second is cycling of wastes. There are number of solid waste like paper, plastic, metals are sent to recycling unit for recycling purposes. As for example, waste paper is sent to paper mills, plastic to plastic processing factory, where these are melted and then remolded. Metals can also be sent to specific metal industries for recycling purposes. Here in the given figure, you may observe how from dark drink cartons, aluminum and chemicals are recovered. Next mode of waste disposal is preparation of solid waste in the form of compost. Household garbage such as fruit and vegetable peels, leftover food, fallen dead leaves, etc. can be converted into compost and they are used as manure. In the given figure, you can observe one compost pit, and whenever their red earthworm is used for composting, then it is called as vermicomposting. Due to the use of red earthworm, the rate of composting becomes faster. So it takes less time to make the compost. Another mode of waste disposal is incineration. Incineration means burning of wastes at very high temperature, usually more than 1000 degrees Celsius. It results into ashes, and this ash can be again disposed by the landfills. Generally, medical waste from the hospital are incinerated You may observe the figure of incineration unit. Last one is production of biogas and manure. Biodegradable wastes like cow dung etc. can be used in biogas plant to generate biogas and manure. This biogas and manure is a cheap source, and biogas is a cheap source of fuel and manure is cheap fertilizer. Here you can observe the dome shaped biogas plant. So this is all about today's session. Thank you. For any kind of doubts, please write your question in comment section.